Hey everybody, it's me, Lindsay. So here's my review and my thoughts about what happened from tonight's episode of NCIS Bull and NCIS New Orleans. So, and don't forget, these are spoilers ahead. If you guys haven't seen it, I recommend you don't watch this until you do. And if you guys haven't chance to do, either because you're in the central Mountain Pacific times, or if you're abroad, I recommend you guys don't check this out until the certain downtime pass. Anyway, so to those who have, thank you for watching. So these are the so from tonight's episode of NCIS, I found out that the whole entire episode is Ellie trying to get revenge and on Chen because of what had happened, because Chen is responsible for killing Ellie's boyfriend, well, actually was going to be soon to be her fiance. Hey. Because Ellie was going to do was on the day that Kazim got killed, she was going to give him a card, right, with her answer to his proposal the day of his birthday. That he was proposing to her, and she couldn't accept it yet until she had thought about it, and she decided to give her answer to her. And I guess Ellie wanted to start things anew with Kazim. And even though after her ugly marriage had ended with Jake a couple of seasons ago, if you guys recalled, that was bad because Jake cheated in the relationship, cheated in his marriage to Ellie with another woman. And Ellie wanted to start over again, and I guess she was really in love with Kazim, and she was going to marry him. But when Chen had his chance, when Chen ended up killing him, Ellie was really heartbroken. And even though it felt like revenge, and things were really crazy. And even though she told Gibbs the truth, and Ellie really went completely rogue, but she knows that. But when Gibbs told her that it's going to cost her a price at every time she goes rogue. And I think he's saying that it's because of his own experience that he went rogue a couple of times. And especially since he first went rogue before he actually joined NCIS. If you guys remember, in one season, and when Gibbs was with Mike Franks, and they were talking about much of the past, and revealed that Gibbs did something really crazy. Before he became an NCIS agent, Gibbs went completely rogue. Went to Mexico and killed a man. His name was Pedro Hernandez. And the reason why he went to kill Pedro Hernandez is because he put out a hit on Gibbs' wife Shannon and daughter Kelly with an NCIS agent who was protecting the two of them. Because Shannon witnessed a murder that involved with Pedro Hernandez. So because of that, and that's what happened. And because of that, it was revealed that Gibbs had to deal with the consequences in the form of Hernandez's children and and Alejandro and Pomona. And even though Gibbs knows about that, but he fought back, because even though they were trying to seek revenge, but they were more than trying to get revenge for their father. They were trying to kill everybody. But in the end, Gibbs took care of the siblings when he set up Alejandro to kill Pomona. It's all on NCIS. Yeah, it's all here on CBS, on the CBS app. You guys can check it out. I'm just shouting out for a promotion. I'm just shouting out this promotion, but cheap plug. Nobody's paying me for it. So anyway, I think that's what Gibbs was trying to do. He was trying to warn Ellie that get revenge and going rogue can require consequences. Because it could be that she could be running cross paths with a relative of Chen's soon. Now, the whole entire episode, the size of this was, there were a lot of things, including that Congresswoman who's calling, which I was trying to understand what the heck my mom was muttering. She said, they call it Lee? Like, yeah. I'm like, okay, Mom. Then I see what she was saying, and that Congresswoman calling Leon Vance old Lee. That she's actually, the weirdest part is, in the ending of the episode, she actually tried to get Gibbs to be taken over the leadership of NCIS. And sadly, she did not know about what happened with Jenny Shepard. And explaining why Gibbs does not want to be in charge of an agency. He'd rather be in charge of his own team. And the reason why I'm just saying this is, there's another, and if you guys don't know, in one episode, I think it was during season 4, or when Jenny was abroad, she left Gibbs in charge. What a mistake that was. Oh my god. He was very awful to be in charge of an agency. Because it nearly made a lot of people angry, at least. Believe me, that was too much funny. But it's how it is. And the one thing for sure I know how NCIS had to be, that shows one thing, that Ellie Bishop you do not want to mess with. And even though I think she may have a strong vibe that I'm feeling with her, that she could be with, she could end up in a relationship with Clayton Reeves. Just wait, and you guys wait and see. Those two. Anyway, on board, the whole entire episode was weird. It feels like it was an episode. I hate this is, but it almost makes me feel like I'm watching an episode of Law and Order SVU. Ever since seeing bodies, but it was a whole lot of bribing, purgatory, you name it. It's this hotshot realtor, sorry, this hotshot realtor there who owns buildings, and he's so filthy rich. He was being sued for 15 families who had 15 loved ones being killed. And oh my god, I can't believe how things are. And apparently everybody should have known, especially those who tried to do it, that Dr. Jason will never be bribed at all. He was getting bribed for like $10 million. Like, really? Well, I'm just glad that he ended up not taking the money, because, he doesn't like that anyway. He's only get paid by people who hired him and let him be in the clientele, And even though he helped out that attorney to put that guy away, and I was glad. And I just couldn't believe how things went. And my funny thing was, my mother was next to me, and she was talking to me. It's like, I can't remember. I'm seeing her somewhere else, but what TV show I don't remember. My mother was talking about the actress, and I suddenly do remember is that crazy actress Jill Flint, who we best known on the show Real Pains on the USA Network. And I was like, really, Mom? That's who you can remember? Ugh. Glad I didn't say it, but I knew it. I was going to tweet it out. Yeah, I'm trying to remember in one scene. I know the scene on Bold that Jill did a kiss in with Michael, but I think she did that on Royal Pains too. Though I'm sort of mad that I didn't have a chance to see the ending of Royal Pains, because I think I missed one episode before that, so I'm kind of mad. But yeah. So let's see. So yeah. And then of course we had to talk. Alright, so now we have to get into NCIS New Orleans. So what happened was, on NCIS New Orleans, it turns out that there was a dead officer. Turns out I think she was a JAG officer. Didn't say if she was or not, but she was an officer, and she got murdered in a way that her friend was murdered too. So, it turns out that there was one person who was probably was responsible for this, and there's a guy named Jack Gordon, who was apparently have mentally ill problems, and despite that, he actually was sent to prison for that he didn't do, because apparently he was innocent. And during his time in prison, the time, I guess, when the Innocence Project came around, he found out for his case that there was a necklace that he never bought, and he never did, because the money he was making was about, let's say, $8 to $10. So let's say just $10 per hour. So in 40 hours, that's about $400 plus the taxes you have to take out. Anyway, so he could not make that much money, but it turns out that it was the lawyer who was the one responsible that he decided to defend him, and ended up losing, because he was the one who ended up putting the guy in jail and did the murders. Apparently, he was the one responsible for killing the two ladies, and he was now going to try to kill Loretta Wade. And even though he clocked out poor Sebastian, I'm like, really? This guy was looking at 2 murders and an assault on a federal agent. I'm like, you kidding me? Of course, then when Pride came in and he started to shoot at Pride, Pride was like, "Oh!" It was like, "Oh, damn it!" I was like, "Where's my gun? I need to shoot this bad guy." It's like, boom, 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 like there were guns firing, and then I couldn't believe Loretta grabs. I guess it was a glass container, and I guess it had acid in it, because then she threw it in his face. And, and with, I guess, gunshots, I mean, Loretta had no choice. She was defending herself. And I was glad that ended. And even though she was, during the time when she was feeling she was in trouble, she had to send her adopted son, CJ, to stay with his brother Danny, who's on a naval base, and I'm hoping his superior was fine with it, because otherwise, I'm pretty sure the superiors probably know about Pride. But in the end, everything was going, and the ending was really nice. Though the funniest part of towards the ending was when Tammy was trying to tell Sebastian and Patton about LaSalle. She told the two guys that who would LaSalle's perfect type would be, and it turns out, she does this description, and somehow both Sebastian and Patton ended up figuring out it was Sonia Percy. I'm like, wait a minute, the girl's not on the episode. And I'm like, why are you guys talking about her? I love the reaction to what they told her. She said, I would have a hard time telling him. And even though after the guys end up reacting to it, I was like, you guys are so silly. I was laughing my butt off. It was too funny how they both figured that out easily. Especially because Patton looked over at Aaron Percy's desk, and he's like, Percy? And of course, as he was rolling like in his wheelchair, he tells Tammy, he's like, he's gonna find some pills after hearing that. He was like, oh, I'm gonna be nauseous. Oh my god, poor Patton. He ended up hearing that news. And I hate to say this, but Tammy Gregorio, she is right on point. I mean, after all, we've seen in the past couple of seasons, ever since Sonia showed up, that girl, that boy is so crazy for her. And you know how she was when she got so upset fighting about that chick that could have been who had that kid, could have claimed to have from Christopher LaSalle to be the baby's daddy. She was hurt, and she was sort of jealous. I can tell, so can Tammy. That is on fleek. I can't believe I said on fleek. What the heck's wrong with me? Anyway, guys, that's about it. I hope you guys really enjoy. I'm gonna have a new video up soon, maybe tomorrow, regarding with my vlog and whatnot. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!